I'm Kevin Cho. I'm with Redefining Records, and
I'm Kirk with We The Beat.
And we're doing a quick piece on some of the local tastemakers in Santa Barbara. Just gonna go through some questions with Kirk. So, in terms of your occupation, like, what would you consider your occupation to be?
So the title would be I'm a concert promoter and a talent buyer. So I'm on the other end of the email than the agent.
Okay.
The agent represents the artist.
Right.
I'm kind of a middleman between the artist and the venue. As a talent buyer, I'm the one who contacts the artist or his agent and negotiates the terms, the contract, and books the show at the venue. Artists and agents, they don't quite know maybe the best venue to play in a city that they're not familiar with.
Right.
And they don't really know how to reach the audience that they need to reach. And on the other side, the venue might not know the acts that their town wants to see.
Okay.
The promoter knows which acts will do well in that market and knows how to reach the fans, the crowd that would be interested in that concert.
Because you're kind of like a promoter and you're a talent buyer, like, do not many people have this kind of like combination of skills? Like, are you kind of like a rarity?
I like to think that I know trending music and music that my city wants to see.
Cool.
And then, that's half of being a promoter. The other half is to market the show, to promote the show the right way, whether that's branding the event properly or, reaching the right audience. I say there's always two main objectives for a promoter: making sure every fan of that band knows that concert is happening. The worst thing is when someone's like, "Oh my gosh, I love that band.
Right.
I didn't know they were playing last week."
Right.
That's a bad promoter.
Okay.
Like, that's a promoter's job, is to make sure that everyone in town knows that show's happening.
Okay.
And then the other half is to drag people to that show that might not be familiar.
For anyone who doesn't know what We The Beat is, like, what is We The Beat?
Cool, yeah. So we're a concert promoter. We put on concerts in Santa Barbara. For the last 3 years we've been doing that. And now we do that. We put on concerts in Las Vegas, where I grew up.
Cool.
So that's like one half of We The Beat, and that's kind of what I focus on. My partner Blake does the website, and the website started out as a blog.
Cool.
We were posting music, writing about music. And it still is that, in the sense of we try to
showcase new music.
Totally, yeah. We want to be known as a place of music discovery. We want people to go to wethebeat.com and find new music.
Cool.
And then we kind of take that another step further with, we hope you then see that artist live at a show that we produce.
Cool.
So the original idea was to showcase new music on our website, introduce new artists to our fans or an audience, and then hopefully book them and put on a concert with them.
Yeah. So then how did that all get started? Like, because you're a UCSB grad, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Gauchos.
Yeah, you're in alum.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So how did, was Blake also an alum? Like, how did that all get started?
Okay. So yeah, I went to UCSB. I loved it, and I was the busboy at Soho Music Club.
Okay.
When I was at school there, and one of my best friends was Blake. He was going to CC, but he was like hanging around Ivy.
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So we had mutual friends. We were always hanging out, talking music, and then when I graduated from UCSB, I asked Soho if I could help book the music.
Okay. Oh. Okay.
I didn't have any experience, so they understandably said no. So then me and Blake started a concert company, and then he was blogging. He had his own little website going, so he kind of took that a step further with We The Beat.
Right.
And we kind of put a crew together and started.
Dope.
Started blogging and throwing shows under We The Beat.
What kind of personality do you see in yourself and other people who are also in your profession, and if you have to give advice to anybody who kind of wanted to go into that profession?
Yeah, cool. You gotta really be calm under stress, day of show, like
makes
while
sense.
the concert's happening.
Yeah. Because so many things can go wrong, right?
What can go wrong will go wrong.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and so like you're a fireman. I always say you're putting out fires left and right.
Jeez.
And you kind of just gotta go, roll with the punches.
Right.
And make the best of any situation. Those you work with people that can't really handle that and get mad, angry, or just kind of fall apart. And
Yeah.
you just kind of have.
Is that from like all sides too? Like.
Yeah, you just have to have that like kind of. It's gonna be okay.
Uh-huh.
Let's not worry. Let's not freak out. Let's
Right.
just figure out how to make that guitar work. We've had electricity like go out
The whole
mid-show.
Like the whole venue.
Yeah, and the whole crowd is like waiting for us to figure out how to get electricity on, and
Jesus
that's why.
Christ.
And then I don't know much about that whole
Right, yeah.
world, so then you have to kind of be a good teammate with the sound guy and
Yeah.
the venue, and you all have to get along and
Yeah.
under pressure to
Yeah.
figure the situation out.
So what about like the best part about creating a show? Is it just like
I really do love to see like people have the time of their life.
right? Yeah.
And to see their favorite band for the first time. That's such a cool, special feeling
Yeah.
as a fan. And then to be able to give that to someone,
Right.
that's why I got into it, live music, was because that was my favorite part of the music
Just
thing.
the vibes, right?
Yeah, not just listening to music, not just talking about it, but I loved going to concerts and seeing my favorite band for the first time. And then interacting with other fans in that crowd, people like you.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Previously, you mentioned that like, I mean, you're mainly based in Santa Barbara, but like you also said that you've been putting shows in Vegas where you grew up, right?
Yeah, we've been very active in Vegas now. It's where I grew up. So we have good contacts there, and there's a really cool scene that's underserved. All the music, all the acts that we've been booking in Santa Barbara that do really well and people respond well to
Yeah.
aren't getting booked in Las Vegas right now.
Uh-huh.
So it's been cool to bring that to a really awesome, fun, crazy city like Vegas. There's like a whole alternative scene in Vegas that we are proud and excited to be a part of. Downtown Las Vegas is kind of like the old school Vegas, all the old school hotels that are being redone. And that's where all the locals and UNLV students go out and like bar hop and catch a show. And
Oh, cool.
yeah, it's really exciting. So that's kind of our scene over there, and we love it. It's super cool.
So when you're planning an event in Vegas, like, or like anywhere, do you kind of have to, for example, like if you're booking like a certain artist, do you have to kind of keep in mind the audience or like the vibe in that sort of city?
Totally.
Okay.
You're
so
gonna
like-
have to have an ear to the streets, in whatever street that is. Santa Barbara is different than Vegas, which is different than Idaho.
Right.
So you have to have a really good dialogue with that city. The other week in Santa Barbara, we just had kind of a folk rock band called the Paper Kites.
Right. Okay.
And that's huge here in Santa Barbara, that whole winery, like kind of
Yeah.
brewery,
Yeah.
earth, nature, folk
Like
scene.
kinda hipster.
Yeah, bring your hat, bring your boots scene.
Yeah.
But I don't think that would go over so well in Vegas.
Vegas. Okay. Yeah. I could totally see that actually.
So
Yeah.
there is like certain scenes that are bigger than others.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we feel comfortable booking the same stuff in the same cities.
Cool.
There's just other markets or other scenes that are bigger.
Cool. Since you've been around the scene in Santa Barbara for so long, what can you say about some of the venues? Like, what are some of your favorite venues, and from like I guess top to bottom, and like?
Yeah, Santa Barbara is super underrated or overlooked in my opinion. First, the Santa Barbara Bowl is so cool. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. It's
yeah.
like one of the. It's actually ranked nationally as.
Yeah, I mean it's on every like top venue list,
Right.
blah blah. But I recommend that place to anyone. You can see the coolest top acts in the world and it's pretty intimate. It's pretty small for being a outdoor theater.
Right.
You can see the ocean from your seat if you get there early enough.
Really?
Yeah, and so like I can't wait to go see Radiohead there next week
Ooh.
and Travis Scott. So those could be
Damn.
more different, but it's ran by Golden Voice now, so you're gonna see awesome
Like
talent
the
there.
whole bowl is run by.
Yeah.
Golden Voice? Wow. What the heck?
So
I
that's
didn't even know that.
that's number one in my opinion. But from there, I mean, we have a lot of cool stuff too at the lower level. I work at Soho Music Club, and I've seen
Great
amazing up and coming acts there of all sorts, rap, rock, and then EOS Lounge. They have completely redone their sound and stage, and
They're with
that's-
Insomniac now.
Yeah, they just partnered with Insomniac, so they're bringing crazy awesome
Right.
electronic talent there.
Yeah.
So between those three, I mean, if you live in Santa Barbara, you can pretty much
See like
see
whatever.
anyone. Yeah, totally. People always say there's nothing really in between Soho and the Bolt. So something maybe in between would be super cool. But then you still have the Arlington.
Right.
The Arlington Theater's a historic venue that does a lot of cool stuff. I saw James Blake there, and Migos are playing there.
Yeah, which is really random.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's cool. So I mean, I don't think we're missing much. I think people just need to open their eyes more.
Okay, cool. Sweet answer. Last year, what was your favorite show/festival?
That I went to last year?
Yeah.
Oh,
if you want to give,
that's good. That's good.
If you want to give me like a show and a festival, that's okay too.
Okay, right. Okay. Outside Lands last year.
Really?
I saw Radiohead and Anderson .Paak.
Oh damn. That's
So I'm gonna kind of combine all those into one. Those were Radiohead's my favorite band ever, so that was always awesome.
Yeah.
And then Anderson .Paak was probably my favorite artist last year. So seeing him was super rad, and Outside Lands is such a beautiful, awesome, fun festival.
Yeah.
So that was totally rad. At Soho, I saw Carl Denson. Carl Denson is the saxophone player for Rolling Stones.
Oh,
but he's
really?
like a crazy, accomplished musician in his own right.
Okay.
So Carl Denson's Tiny Universe. Yeah, he's super funky, soulful.
Damn.
That's the closest thing that I've seen to James Brown. Like,
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
him and his band are like in all suits and they're dancing.
And they just kinda-
Oh, they're killing it.
Yeah? Wow.
So that was probably the most fun,
That's an
like, cool
interesting
show
answer. I
I've
didn't
seen.
expect
That sticks out in my mind.
Favorite album of last year?
Last year,
Yeah.
I'd go with Pac. Anderson .Paak.
The Malibu
I
album?
come from a huge, like, I listened to rap growing up, super heavy. And then I got into funk and soul and all this stuff.
Kind of does a little bit of both.
Totally. He brings in so many influences, and he's so smooth and funky and soulful and real.
And half Korean, so yeah.
Yeah, no, he's so much in one.
Yeah.
So he was probably my favorite artist, and that album still gets playing time in my
Definitely.
in my ears all the time.
This is actually the last segment, and we're trying something new. It's called Soundtrack to Your Life.
Okay.
So I'm gonna give you a scenario, and for each scenario, you're gonna tell me what song you would be playing if you were in that scenario.
Okay.
Oh, you get me?
Yeah, no,
it
I'm
has
with
to be,
you.
it has to be kind of fast.
No,
right?
yeah, I'll try. This is good though.
All right. So you get into a fight in a bar. What song is playing in your head?
Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with.
Okay. That's
Bring the motherfucking ruckus.
okay.
Some
That's
Wu-Tang
fair.
shit's playing, yeah.
That's fair. You're on a romantic date.
Okay. Some Marvin Gaye or Stevie Wonder. I'd keep it old school though,
Yeah.
because that's a good test for a girl. Like if she knows her classics.
Yeah. Then you'll just be like, oh, this is the one.
Yeah, like you gotta know your Stevie girl.
Yeah.
Like,
What song is playing? You just got dumped and you broke your arm on the same day. Well,
Yeah, I do have a broken wrist right now, so this is good. Whenever I'm down, I always play some pretty like crazy rap. I play
really?
to get me back up.
Okay.
I don't like to be down for too long.
Okay.
I'd be playing some Migos.
Yeah,
some Future.
Yeah.
I'd be probably playing some Future actually, because
Yeah.
he's like a good mix.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I love my Radiohead. If I really want to bunker down.
Yeah.
And not leave my room for a week.
Yeah.
Depends on how bad the breakup was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're doing a road trip with your homies.
That's the like 90s or like early 2001, like 2000 hip hop.
Okay.
Like all the classic rap, Wu-Tang, Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul.
NSYNC.
But then like we'd get into like the Diddy, Mace, NSYNC. Yeah. Early JT is way too good.
Yeah.
But yeah, Diddy and Mace, that whole era, love.
Dope.
Love the old like Bad Boy Records
Yeah.
movement.
You're in a rap battle with your crew.
Off the top of my head, Q-Tip, all his kind of jazz influenced productions for Tribe Called Quest is off the top of my head. Love RZA and his Wu-Tang stuff.
Dope.
Probably between those two, it
Yeah.
would come down to.
Yeah.
Especially for freestyling, yeah.
Because it's kind of like mid-tempo and like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like slow enough
Yeah.
that I could think about my
Yeah,
awful
exactly, yeah.
lines. Yeah, I can't really freestyle, but I try to those.
Yeah.